It's not something you expect to see in a seminar of educators on the HCC campus, a clip from the AMC series Mad Men, but it serves as a launching point for an ongoing conversation on the role of new media in the classroom.
We realized that an awful lot of people didn't really understand what was happening in our society and in our classrooms, and in fact globally, because this technology was becoming so pervasive, all pervasive, and so rapidly changing the way we live and the way we interact in our world. And so we thought that we needed something, but not a training class. We needed something on the lines of a seminar or symposium or something like that, where ideas could be exchanged freely, and we didn't have to worry about meeting certain training goals, right, and objectives, right? That it would be a more free-flowing philosophic discussion about what on earth are we supposed to be doing with this stuff, and how is it changing the way we're living our lives, and how are our students coming to our classes with certain expectations that they didn't have even 2 years ago. And so we have to be able to adapt to that. We have to be able to change, or we're just going to wind up becoming irrelevant. I remember when I got my first answering machine, and I did so under protest, but it was because everyone was starting to expect that they could leave me a message. So social pressures drive these things and drive us into using the technology. And now it's, you have to have a cell phone. You can't do business. You have to have email. You can't do business if you don't have these tools. And in education especially, we're finding that some of the tools that the students come to us with and that the technology is providing are changing education itself. What's the definition of education? And a good example is, and I don't want to make the librarians upset, right? but a good example is the library. It was not 4 or 5 years ago when we began to get reports that people were getting 4-year degrees in research-intensive fields, but had never ever entered their school's campus library. And we started scratching our heads saying, well, now that's different, right? That's weird. How is that possible? Well, what happened was the technology caught up, and now you don't, if you want to do research, you don't go to the library to do research. Texting, tweeting, Facebook, these social media are drawing students together, and education is attempting to leverage a lot of that stuff, right, to further the process of conveying information, and not just information that's merely a collation or collection of facts, but information that has substance and meaning and relevance to students' lives. And a lot of that becomes a collaborative exercise rather than just a one-way transmission, right? So the professor then has to decide, right, what is his role, right? And where does he fit into the scheme of things, and how is he going to adapt to life, and how is she going to use these common everyday tools to help with the task of educating people. So that's how the seminars came about, was how to deal with this information, how to deal with the computer age, how to deal with cell phones. And so this is Southwest College's first year to do this seminar for faculty. We hope to expand it and continue it, and to get most faculty engaged in these kinds of discussions about what we're doing, why we're doing it, how is the technology helping us, how is it hindering us, and how is it changing our lives fundamentally.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams.